Alright guys, and welcome back to Armored Warfare, and today we're doing a garage review. Oh my god, we haven't done one of these in ages. We're doing the garage review of the new Wolf vehicles. That's right, the new reskinned premium vehicles that have entered into Armored Warfare, and I've only just got my hands on them. The only one I've played so far is the Centauro 120, and I like it, it's good fun. But I wanted to go through each and every one of them, just so if you haven't made your mind up whether you want or don't want the pack, then you can fully make it up, or you can buy one of the vehicles depending on which one suits your playstyle. So without further ado, let's actually get stuck into this. So this is the BMD2. We all are familiar with the BMD2. It's a tier 5 AFV, it's got a 30mm autocannon, and a very, very nice ATGM mounted on top. It's not the most mobile AFV at tier 5, it's actually quite sluggish for it. The BMP is much faster, the Fox, the big light Panzer, even though that's a light tank, I class as an AFV. They're all much faster than this little vehicle itself, but the autocannon on this thing, and the gun depression to say the least actually, is very effective. It's a very good AFV, it's an all-round good one. Unlike the Fox, that's very good at spotting and has very powerful ATGMs, very, very good at sitting back and blasting away with the ATGMs, then rushing in at high speed and taking out the lower health ones with its 30mm autocannon. The BMD just sort of excels in most areas. It's got very good spotting range. Let's actually get up the stats for that. 465 meters. That's not terrible at all, actually. That's quite good. And if you add on the technology retrofits, let's go to it. Let's go to it. Technology, where is it? Augmented optics. There you go. You can add 30 meters to that. So that'll be 495 meter view range. That's quite good. And then the ATGMs themselves are not terrible. Look at that. 543 damage and 571 penetration. Now, everyone knows the Fox's ATGMs are very powerful. They do about 500 damage, and you can fire 2 of them before you have to reload. But you only get 10 of them. You only get 10 of those ATGMs. On this vehicle, on the other hand, it has about the same damage and about the same penetration, same speed, same rate of fire generally, not slow firing at all. The only problem is it fires 1 before it reloads. It can only fire 1 ATGM, but you get 30 of them. You get 30 ATGMs, as well as you get way more ammo on the 30mm cannon. It has 27 rounds as well per magazine, and the Fox only has 6. So you can sort of see that this thing is a very all-round good AFV. There's nothing really too bad about it, other than its maximum speed, which is a bit slow. Generally, it will pick up to 61 kilometers an hour. It will do that. It's just that that's not particularly fast. It will go there, but it will take some time to get there. Not like the Fox, for instance, or the BMP2. They're very, very quick and easily getting around. But there's certain bits about them that do limit them. The BM2 isn't limited, but it's not the best in everything. That's the thing. It's good. Let's put it in that way. It's good mobility, very nice gun, very good firepower, very good mobility, as I just said. The armor is negligible. There's no point in even mentioning the armor. It's not built for that. But look at that. Penetration is also good and the damage is good. The gun is very, very nice. And for a premium vehicle at that, it will earn you quite a bit. If you've played the BMD2 and you liked it at tier 5, then I highly recommend you get the BMD2 Wolf, because it's exactly the same vehicle. Crew fully upgraded. You get everything exactly. It's a fully upgraded BMD2 just with premium. I don't understand why you wouldn't want it if you like the BMD2. So that's our first Wolf vehicle, actually. That's the BMD2. Let's move on to our second one. Now, the rest are tier 7. The last one was tier 5. So we move on to our only tank destroyer of the pack, the Centauro 120. This vehicle is mind-bogglingly powerful. I was shocked at how powerful this vehicle can actually be. So it has a 120mm gun. Unlike the original B1 Centauro with a 105, this vehicle does just shy of 750 damage per hit. Per hit, yeah. With 440 penetration and 750 damage per hit. Admittedly, yes, I have a Mark III experimental propellant on, but still, 750 damage per hit, and that's not even fully upgraded. I'll probably put on the Mark III chrome barrel lining at that. This vehicle will just be so powerful when it hits things. The penetration is also good, so it will penetrate the vehicles it's firing at. The rate of fire, 6.25 second reload. That's utterly absurd. The damage per minute is actually higher than the BMD2s. Admittedly, it's 2 tiers higher, but this is a tank destroyer. The max speed is better than the BMD2s. It's a wheeled vehicle. It will fly around the map at high speed. its view range isn't terrible, 402 meters. It does struggle to spot for itself, but it can do it. Let's put it that way. Gun depression is also good, 6 degrees all round. Turret traverse is good at 42 degrees per second, so you can quickly switch between whatever target's biggest threat to you or the biggest threat to a flank or your team at that time. And putting that 120mm gun to work is just... you just need to keep this vehicle firing and keep on penetrating, and the damage just stacks up so fast. Oh my god, the damage. Hit points isn't too bad, 1,660. You can upgrade that if you want, but I highly recommend just going firepower retrofits on this thing. Pardon me, I just had a Pepsi. Ooh. What else is there to talk about? The accuracy, that's what I wanted to talk about. 0.09 degrees. Not bad at all. It really, really can snipe. And with like Mark III chrome barrel lining, or a Mark 1 or a Mark 2, whatever one you have, you can really get that minimum accuracy down quite far. And before you tell me chrome barrel lining doesn't actually reduce your minimum accuracy, it does. I think it's just sort of a description bug, because it does bring down your minimum accuracy, which is quite handy, especially for these sort of vehicles. So, who wants to buy the Centuro 120? Well, do you like massive alpha guns? Do you like having really good mobility? If so, this vehicle is definitely for you. Unlike the AFVs, the Weasel 1 and the BMD2, this vehicle can play... Go away, ride deck. This vehicle can, in fact, play as sort of a brawler, and it can play as a sniper. Whereas the Weasel and the BMD2, yeah, you can play them sort of like a sniper, but they're better off as a brawling sort of vehicle. The Weasel with its 30mm and the BMD2 with its 30mm, very, very effective at getting up close and personal to lone MBTs and or flanking round enemy front lines, really wreaking havoc on them and causing a lot of destruction. So that's the vehicle for you. Get the Centuro if you love big alpha damage guns like the T90. Onto our second vehicle. Everyone knows the Challenger 1. Come on, there's nothing I can really say about this vehicle. It's got heavy frontal armor. If you like being able to tank shots like an absolute boss, then get the Challenger 1. This vehicle is the best at tier 7 for taking damage. It's brilliant, utterly amazing. Look at the armor profile of this vehicle. Just soak it in. 676mm on the front turret. Not to take into account the angling of that plate there. What's that, about 45 degree angle? As well as it being sloped slightly backwards, that is very, very good at bouncing around. I don't think there's many weapons in the game that can penetrate the front of a Challenger. Yeah, there are some weak spots. Driver's hatch has been nerfed, so you can penetrate that, but with a bit of angling like that, you can hide it. Hide your front drive wheel as well. And this vehicle is just, it's just unstoppable. I still adore the Challenger. Still 650mm of front hull and still 500 basically millimeters on the sides. It is an absolute monster at taking damage. It is brilliant. And that's just the way this vehicle plays. If you like being up on the front line but brawling in a different aspect to the AFVs do, then this vehicle is without a doubt what you should be getting. It really does sit on the front line and just take the shots. If you love that feeling of ricocheting thousands of damage and dishing out the damage as well, the gun is not bad on this vehicle. 423mm of penetration. Only, what's that, 17mm less than the Centuro 120? Way less damage though, 438. And with a reload time of nearly 8 seconds, it can put damage out. You'd be very surprised. This gun is very, very nice. Accuracy is pretty good as well, 0.07 degrees. 7 degrees of gun depression at the front, so you can take advantage of slightly hilly terrain. You wouldn't want to push it too far, but it can do it. Oh boy, the Challenger 1. You guys obviously know I'm a massive fan of the Challengers. Oh, they are the best. But, as I've said, this vehicle is definitely for you if you like being up front taking damage. And on to our last vehicle that I've never actually played before. The tiny little Weasel 1. Armed with a small 30mm cannon. It's a very effective, nice gun. 73 damage, 156 penetration. Now, I can't base my opinion off solid combat experience in this vehicle because I have none. I've never played this vehicle at all. So I can't exactly tell you what I think of it. But from what I've seen in combat and trying to deal with these things, I can say they're quite good. One of the smallest vehicles in the game, highly mobile, 75 millimeter, 75 kilometers per hour top speed limit, and it only takes 2 seconds to get to 32 kilometers per hour. So it does accelerate very quickly, and it is utterly tiny. Trying to hit this thing, say you're in your Challenger and you're trying to aim at this thing, you know what these vehicles are like. Look, the turret traverse is not too bad, the hull traverse is a bit too slow. Trying to get it on target, the bloom of the reticle while actually traversing the vehicle is just massive. Hitting these things is just luck, or they have to be extremely close to you to be able to put a nice shot into them. And then when this thing gets behind you in your MBT, and then he just unloads that 30mm cannon straight into your engine. Your engine dies, your vehicle catches fire, and God knows what else these vehicles can do. They are utterly devastating. It plays basically the same as the BMD2, except without the ATGMs, with a better view range as well at 480 meters. That is quite good, and one of the best camouflage ratings in the game at 0.41. That is incredibly good. It's very hard to spot these vehicles, and how quickly they can actually get around the battlefield. It's just amazing. 10 degrees of gun depression as well. 15 degrees at the back of the vehicle. These things can make massive use of hilly terrain. Really, really can. They can reverse up a hill, aim over if that 15 degrees of gun depression, and then when you turn to them, they can accelerate down the hill because they're facing down it already, making for some very, very tough opponents. If you get a good Weasel player against you, good luck, my friends. They're very, very good. I have become like the victim of many, many Weasel attacks. I've had 3 of them swarm me at once before. What can you do against 3 Weasels? They're nearly full HP, 30mm autocannons. I got absolutely shredded. So if you've got a good platoon, if you've got some good friends in your vehicles, you love the AFEs, you love the brawling, completely wiping out vehicles that are alone, get the Weasel one, man. If you've got a good platoon mate, or a couple of platoon mates, get these vehicles and completely wolf pack them to pieces. That could be the same said for anything, really. If you've got a good platoon mates, you can wolf pack in the BMD, you can focus your fire on the Centauro 120 and doing, what would that be, 2,100 damage per salvo between you, just firing those 3 rounds. Utterly devastating anyone you fire at. And the Challenger 1 working together to push on those flanks and push that flank forward to get to the enemy base and utterly win that flank. So guys, I hope I've hopefully changed your opinion on some of the Wolf vehicles, and if you've been a bit, oh, what one do I get, I'm not sure what one I want, then hopefully I've helped you pick what one you want. If you're completely new to the game and you're looking for a decent premium vehicle, and I've hopefully found your play style, maybe you might buy one of them, pick them up, just for a premium vehicle, just so you've got one for later use. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.